Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer and we are playing Strategic Command in our run as the Allies against the Axis. So, before we hand it over to the Axis, there's one last thing I want to do, and that is I want to scout up a little towards Trondheim over here. It appears we can't really see much, so I formulated a decision, and that is we are going to try and attack Norway over here. So we are going to load up our amphibious transport. Ooh, actually, you know what? We should probably be doing that from up over here. So at the very least over here. No, you know what? It will be fine. So let's put our Royal Marines in a naval squadron over here, and we will be placing these guys up over here, trying to land in Trondheim, and then going via Lillehammer towards Oslo. Of course, they'll be rightly followed by some of the other UK troops, specifically this army over here, which should be pretty fine. Let's move them up over here all the way to Scotland, and that is fine and dandy. And what we could do, I guess, is scout out with these. Yeah, we should really scout out the situation. So let's take Courageous, bring it up over here, and conduct a raid like such. We do know that there is a German garrison, although we don't know what strength it is. But I do think it might be fine to attack, so let's try to do that. Let's try to do that raid, and hopefully be fine with that. So, let's see what the Axis will do. We are very frightened about this Axis breakthrough up here in the north. I do think they will be busy a little bit just decimating this force. They are looking to be in somewhat of a pocket situation over here. But they are all but wearing thin. They are really, really strong still. They did manage to take out quite a lot of units this turn. On the other hand, in the Pacific, we did manage to sink a couple of carriers. We have maybe overextended ourselves a little bit over here, and the Japanese might be trying to come back at us, specifically with the Nagato, this very strong battleship over here. This is very much upgraded. There are also a couple of bombers. And these carriers, this carrier is still around, although the air group is very much depleted, so we are hopeful that we are going to survive over here. So, without further ado, let's move these guys one down so that they don't have such an easy time reaching us. Let's end the turn and see what the Axis is going to do. We are suffering attritional losses over here. That is to be expected, and I think they'll be mopping us very quickly. Mexico has joined the Allies. That is fantastic to see. That will give more points towards the US. We have completed some fortifications. That's also very nice. Although in the south we seem to be fine for now. We blockade the port of Bordeaux. Oh, and that means we are reducing the supplies over there. Oh, Australian supplies are hindered because they have Guadalcanal. Conscription is allowed in Canada, advanced tank development in the US, and US develops more industrial and spy technology. That is very good for us. That does increase the income. Ooh, and appears we are getting some income now from Venezuela. It's not very much, but I think it should pay up over time. UK collecting some income, and the USSR as well. So, let's see what the Axis do. Calculating supply over here. By the way, I'm not too sure about this graph. I'm not. This seems to be a Stuka. This is, I think, a Heinkel 111. So, and there's a Spitfire right next to that if you look at the graphics. So, I'm not sure where that should come from. Hong Kong being reinforced. Seeing some troops on the Burma road now. It seems to be impossible to strike from over here. Some German reinforcements across the line over here. We are a little bit exposed to counterattack, but I kind of doubt that they'll be moving in over here. There's a German submarine somewhere in this area. Destroyers moving up. What is this battleship gonna do? Potentially strike these light cruisers. Oh, there we go. That was an escort carrier, I believe. Yeah, our heavy cruiser sunk, but they have three battleships over here. That is frightening. And one of our battleships was very, very damaged down there. Interceptors, escorts. Yeah. These mechanized forces over there are threatened. More interceptors. More bombers. More bombers. Anti-air guns. So many air forces. Yeah, they didn't even need a single army unit to attack over there. And these mechanized forces, I think, are doomed because of all the air power that the Allies are putting in here. This is a brand new army, so it's not really ready yet to defend itself. Which does appear to... Oh my, oh my, oh my. I really, really hope that that front line is gonna hold out here. Looking good. Kaunas is holding up very toughly. Some Germans circling around. Italians coming into play. Some attacks up here in the Pripyat marshes, but so far we are right. Yeah, Riga is under a lot of pressure though. We might actually be losing over here. Batavia still under pressure. Losing many, many troops down here. That mechanized force will collapse. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't think they have moved all of their troops yet. These tanks, I don't think have attacked yet. More attacks happening here. We're being pushed back. But they have... and there we go. It's gone. God damn it. Oh my, we are seeing more landings by the Japanese forces over here. Certainly very dangerous. And the line isn't holding. It is not holding. They are pushing in. We have some reserves, especially in the south, but in the north it's looking really dire. Not a big fan of that. I mean, we are doing damage, but are we doing enough damage? Enemy contact over here. These special forces stumbling into our forces. Yeah, and even down there we are suffering some severe losses. Some battleships withdrawing. Yeah, the loss of the heavy cruiser is very, very unfortunate. But at the very least we did have some things going for us. I'm surprised they did manage to sneak that through. Allied vessels are blocking that, so that is us blocking their ports and reducing their income. And there we go. Oxfam is founded in the UK to provide famine relief. Oh, I didn't know that was founded in the Second World War. Alright, nevertheless, let's have a look at our turn. So, obviously we are going to start with the Soviet front because it's so dangerous. You know what, I think for a change we might... Yeah, okay, there's an army group in Berlin, that's not very interesting. Lots of army groups over there. Some destroyers spotted. All of that is irrelevant. Yeah, you know what, let's start out with the US to change things up a little bit. So, what have we got down here? We have got 2 battleships. Our battleships will need to repair. But we can bring in these carriers, I guess, and we can set them to be mixed. I think that's good. So yeah, let's bring you up over here. Let's bring in these battleships in closer. Then we can conduct a strike like such. And we should have some of these guys support via fighter groups. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Not the greatest attack. Both of these are a little bit worse than expected, but we can go ahead and conduct further strikes on these battleships. Very nice so far, so let's continue to do that. We are losing a lot of air groups, but all in all... Escorts, okay, so... How are these battleships down here? Still very strong. And you guys need to be upgraded because your weapons are not good enough. These heavy cruisers are fine. I think we did see a Japanese light carrier somewhere around here? There we go. Let's try to damage that. Well, we did damage it. Let's follow up with another strike. Good going, but now it's in the harbor. So they will also have a chance to repair it, I'm afraid. So let's bring up our forces. The battleships. We could do more battleship strikes. Let's evacuate these guys so that they can be reformed. These submarines need to get to harbor. I think there are some other submarines coming up over here. Make sure we're scouting a little bit as we remove these guys from the front line so that they can be reinforced later. Down here, these heavy cruisers. I don't think it will be possible to conduct a strike down here. We might as well try. Yeah, stupid move. Alright. Very unfortunate. Okay. We can get these guys closer, but we can't get them close enough, can we? So we do have a couple of carriers. We do have these battleships. I think we will need to have these battleships around so that our carriers cannot be attacked that easily. Yeah, keep them as such. And we do have another battleship up here. And we might actually need to move fast with these guys. So that we are isolating them a little bit more. Yeah, let's bring it over here. So that these guys can't move around that easily. And then we'll hide our troop transports even behind that. And that should be fine. Would really like to upgrade some of these things a little bit more. We do have more battleships coming into play over here. These fighters, yeah, really not much point using you. And we can do a long-range amphibious transport with these guys. Of course, we're gonna spend that money so that we have you ready to go next time from here. That should deal with most of the American fleets. And yeah, that is fine indeed. So, let's have a look then into Java, or this area down here. So lots of fights up here, nothing too conclusive. We do see a group of Japanese over here. And it is interesting that they try to land over here without any supplies. Can't really... Oh, we could upgrade you? No, just the settlement. We do need to reinforce these guys. Your supply is also very low. So actually what we want to do then is get these guys over here, start to attack, make sure that we do keep our supply running. Do we have any transports coming up with any troops? We do have some, but they won't be able to get here in time. Okay, let's risk it. We are gonna leave Singapore undefended for a second over here. Can move in these coastal commands, I guess, because there's nothing much better. Keep the heavy cruiser here. And you could attack, but it doesn't lead anywhere really. These submarines up there. Okay, you need to come back over here. Otherwise you might be doomed. You need to reinforce as always, hoping that at some point these guys will make a mistake. And then for these submarines, guess it would be good to disrupt these supplies. How are things over here then? So let's attack over here, these special forces. then you can't really come back, so we need to get over here. Is there enough supply? Hardly. Hardly so. Still. Let's prepare ourselves over there. And, oh, wait a minute, you can go back now, right? Yeah, so you can come back, that means you can come in. Do another attack on these guys. Very successful one as well. And then bring up more units over here. That's fine. In Singapore, we should be able to take them out. Sorry, Hong Kong, not Singapore. And you guys, come on, finish them off. Very nice. Good going. Good. That does mean that these tactical bombers can now come down into Vietnam, so that we can fly some missions from over here, provided the rain is would be reduced a little bit. And then on the Burma Road, we can make some inroads over here. Can you move away? Yeah, you can move back a little, and then you can jump in, take the attack as well. Good going so far. Might be able to throw them back a little. Oh, we should have actually attacked with these bombers first. I realize. Oh well, let's do that now. Very good. Alright, and then these special forces will make their way over there slowly but surely. This carrier over here. Are you set to mixed? Let's set you to mixed. And then I'm going to come down here. Is it rainy over here? No, it's calm seas. And it is calm seas over here. So I'm guessing we could strike the battleship. Could also not strike the special forces, but the battleship, so let's do that. Very lovely. Can't do another strike, which would have been extremely good. So let's take the submarines on their supply lines and have a look at what we can do with the battleship. Ooh, enemy contact. Let's engage the destroyer. Yeah, let's sink the destroyer. Ooh. No, 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 that's no good. Okay, so well, I'm guessing what we can do is bring up the submarine. No, we can't really use the submarine there. What mode are you on? And the light cruiser? I think the light cruiser needs to come home towards this objective. And then these fighters, can we finally reinforce you? Yeah, we can. Do have more light cruisers down here. I guess we could bring you up here so that you are bombing these special forces. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Start to reduce their effectiveness at least a little bit. Right, and you will capture that. That is unfortunate, but it's just how it needs. The only thing that we can do really over here. You can't really strike anything else. I think you should also be at a 5, so maybe you won't be able to sink that heavy cruiser. That would be lovely. Move all of these guys up. And that's fine. Can't do much else over here. Could move these guys down, but I think I'm going to do that between episodes because it's a little bit boring. And then what we should really be doing is get some troop transport. So what are you? You're the 10th Army. You are a heavy artillery brigade. So I think actually the most important thing will be to defend Singapore. And in order to do that, we are going to send the Indians over there. And that should be okay. Let's send up this this battle cruiser over here in that harbour, because I do want to know whether we can reinforce over there. And then we can send the rest of these battleships battleship over there. That should be good. And the South Africans I think we can send to Sumatra. That doesn't sound too bad. So let's transport these guys towards Diego Garcia Island. Can we transport you? We can. We could also... No, we can't even upgrade you. Let's get you into Mogadishu then. We are following up with these forces. Fine enough for me. And then the British Army of India, I guess. Right, and then we have this Corps and Sudan forces. Let's move in this Corps over there. That about settles it, I think, for the theatre down here. So we can take a look at North Africa. We have more and more tactical bombers over here, including some fighters over there. You're more or less out of supply. You too. Can we do anything to break these tanks? Well, firstly, let's try to kill the Italian fighters. So far so good. Battleship will conduct another strike. To no effect. Heavy cruisers. Yeah, you're good. Heavy cruisers again. No damage though. Another battleship. Very good result. So I think that were all of the ships. Look at this destroyer. Your primary job is to find Italian submarines, but I wouldn't complain if you were be able to take a strike over there. Continue our search for the Italian submarines, or German submarine. Oh, there we go. That is the Italian one. That has died from attack. There it is again. Some damage. Not the best. Okay. Let's keep in mind these fighters over here. Before anything else, yeah, we can't upgrade you. Yeah, your supply is really, really low. Why is your supply so low? Should be 6, shouldn't it? Tactical bombers can't reach, so I think the only thing that we can truly do is use our fighter groups over here from the carriers. And we should actually set you to be naval tactical. And you are? Naval tactical. Okay, fine. Let's do the strike. Let's do another strike. Shattered. Very good. Good national morale boost. We are losing some items in doing this, but all in all we are fine. That allows these carriers to move up quite a bit towards our base in India. Let's park you over here for a second so that you might upgrade your fighter squadron next turn, and that should be fine. Let's scout for the German submarines. I think they are anywhere to be found over here. Could conduct a couple of strikes over here. I think the most important is actually this anti-tank group. But yeah, let's continue to fight it. And go back to port. You lose so horribly. Why? We don't really have that many AA groups. Artillery. You should lose a lot of morale. Yeah, but even our special forces can't do much about them. You guys should be nearly out of supply. But nearly isn't fully. Let's get you back. Send you in, do another strike over here. We even got them a promotion there. Okay, let's bomb over there. Nice. Good result actually. Let's repeat that. Shattered. Very nice. So at the very least we got rid of that group. And that is something. Yeah, it is a bit cramped over here, but not that much that we can do about that. You should actually be operated, but there are no railway lines, so you need to move over here and then come in that way, or we could transport you, but that was very expensive, so let's walk you over here and then transport you via rail. That should be okay. I'm guessing we can't transport you because all of the Indian transports are busy as things are. So yeah, do we need a better position for some of these guys? As we move the battleships towards this area down here. And that should be okay, good. Yeah, do like that. So, for the rest of these things, all of that again is fine. That does leave our situation up here. So let's look at the North Sea. We did manage to take out all of the German submarines over here, so let's pro forma sail these destroyers. And I think you can try to come back to port if you can. Okay, let's bring in these battleships. These transports over here will be under battleship cover. And then we can take you and get you very quickly to this port. And that should be fine. These destroyers, pro forma, we'll send them on this duty. You'll be coming in over here so that they don't really block us in or anything. And then these destroyers will sail over here somewhat normally. And yeah, again, let's make sure that these guys are covered. What mode are you on? Mix. Mix is okay. So yeah, let's bring you over here. These destroyers, you'll pretty much cover the North Atlantic over here, so that no one is passing through that. And that's pretty much fine. Good. Tactical bombers, paratroopers, all of you are okay. That army is ready to go whenever the sign comes. And these heavy cruisers should be up here, I guess. What mode are you on? Naval tactical. Let's set it to be mixed. I don't want to risk there being a strike over there, an air strike. Right, destroyers reinforced. Well, I guess we could have moved a heavy cruiser squadron or something down there to block off Brest. I do guess we can use these guys for that purpose. Let's bring you over there. And these destroyers are fine. Send out the blimps. Oh, okay, you're like that. You don't actually move across the map. You can just sort of spot. That is interesting though. Okay, let's move you over here. That should be fine. Yeah, okay. Now I'm happy with that result then. So these submarines can stay where they are. How many points has the UK got? Quite a lot actually. So all of this is good though. Let's upgrade the Canadian tanks to be advanced tanks, because that is certainly something that they will need. Move these tanks into Newcastle. We do have fighters and bombers up here, so you should be good. Mechanized forces down there. I do hope that at some point we'll be able to break through over here. The question is, do we, as the US, want to do a strike on Northern Africa over here? So there's Tangier, which would be counting as a secondary supply, but I think that's Spain. Yeah. So we really need to take Algiers itself, or Tunis. so that we can have a second, the potential for a second strike over here. So yeah, let's move you guys up, but you're really the only special forces that we have got. So all of the other ones we need to transport behind you, I guess. But that should be alright. Let's just make sure that everyone is close to a harbor, and that should be alright then. At least as far as we just keep over there. Let's upgrade these mechanized forces for more mobility. As the US, I think that's a fine idea. Yeah, and that should about settle it for the US, and I also think for the UK and all of the other forces actually. So let's briefly check on what we want to buy. I think the UK is actually falling behind a little bit on some of these technologies, so let's do some research as we can. Long-range aircraft wouldn't be bad. Infantry weapons, yes, we are struggling to break through. Command and control, we are researching that, but I think another level wouldn't be too bad. Amphibious warfare, yes, please. But what is more important, amphibious warfare or command and control, or even infantry warfare? Or armored warfare? Let's do infantry warfare. I do think that is important. It does spend most of the points for the US. For the UK. For the US, I think we have finished some spending. We need to reduce the funding for Intel because we are maxed out on that already. We could spend more on industrial technology, but it will come online anyway. Although, you know, since we are researching it, I think spending more on this does speed it up, and that will more than pay for itself in the long term. So I think that's going to be alright. This we are spending on. This we are spending. Well, we're only spending on one on that, and I think it might make sense to be a little bit more aggressive about that. Fighters, tanks, ground weapons, anti-submarine warfare, anti-AA defense. That is coming up quickly, but is it coming up quickly enough? Naval weaponry we have dealt with. I mean, long-range aircraft are definitively something that we need as the US, and that does leave room for 125 points more to be spent in some place, and that might likely be command and control or logistics. Does reduce transport costs. Logistics is important for the UK, for the US. Oh, I thought we'd be researching advanced subs. Huh. Okay. Apparently we are not. AA defenses, no. 125 points. Let's do logistics. The US is investing heavily in this category down here, so I am fine with that. So lastly, nationalist China. You're researching into advanced fighters, which we should probably continue to do a little bit more. Infantry warfare, command and control, all of that is good. Oh, maximum funding reached. Okay, so yeah, we can't spend more as they. And as India, logistics might be useful. Yeah, we are sending troops all over the place, so let's invest into that category, and that should be fine. Oh my! This episode has gone on way too long, so yeah, I think the Western Allies just need a little bit more time than the Soviets, so next time we will be looking at the Soviets and probably at the German advance. So, thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.